I'm 52 years old and I've never had a husband, which is weird because I was married for 12 years to someone I was with 7 years before that. I was married. I had a beautiful wedding. I wore the ring. I called him my husband, and I carried three beautiful baby boys. I gave birth to them. On paper, it looked like a marriage. But here's the truth that therapy helped me see. I never actually had a husband, not in the way that that word is supposed to mean. And accepting that truth has been one of the most painful and most freeing parts of my healing. Because on the outside, we looked like a husband and wife. We had other couple friends, we held hands in public, we had photos on the wall. But behind the smile on those photos, I was alone. There was no partnership. No one had my back. No ride or die, no best friend. Just a complete fend for yourself inside the walls of your own home. I didn't have a teammate. I had a roommate who wore the title of husband. And the loneliest part, I didn't even realize what was missing. I was husband blind, partnership blind, caregiving blind. And when it ended, I heard the line that so many women hear: I love you, but I'm not in love with you. And I remember moments where my pain was dismissed so completely with such a lack of empathy from someone that I gave my life to, that one time he said the words out loud: "It doesn't even affect me when you cry. I feel nothing." And I was so desperate to hang on to him that I think I would have promised to never cry again. And that's how small I tried to make myself to make things work. You don't like crying? Well, I don't have to cry. That's how deep codependency runs. You will agree to disappear if it means you won't be abandoned. And when you move on from this kind of relationship, it can still have a hold on you. And one big thing that's helped in therapy, I've gone back to these memories. My therapist has me close my eyes and rewrite the story. And when I feel small, she will have me picture a big, giant version of myself standing behind me, protecting me, giving me the courage to say the words out loud that I wish I had said then. My tears are not the problem. Your lack of empathy is. And love doesn't disappear when pain shows up. If you feel nothing when I cry, then you are so right. You don't love me, and I won't stay here for that. And every time I reclaim that moment, I reclaim a little more of my sense of self. And I look around now, and I see women with husbands who are actual partners, men who protect, who plan, who show up, who make their wives feel safe, physically, yes, but also emotionally. And that's when a woman can truly be her feminine self. And I realized that wasn't what I had. I didn't have a husband. I had someone who needed a caregiver. He needed my nurturing, my admiration, my attention. He needed me to hold his self-esteem together. But when it came time to return the support to carry me, to have my back, he wasn't there. I wasn't cherished. I was used. And my whole marriage became a trail of breadcrumbs: financial breadcrumbs, emotional breadcrumbs, physical breadcrumbs. I was starved in every direction, but I somehow convinced myself that those crumbs were a feast. And you've probably heard of the 5 love languages, and I got every single one, but only in crumbs. Words of affirmation, but only when he wanted something. Acts of service, but only when it made him look good. Receiving gifts, last minute, thoughtless, inconsistent. Quality time, always on his terms and only after everyone else got his time. Physical touch, only when he wanted to be cared for. I didn't get love, I got ration doses. That's the cruelty of breadcrumbs. They keep you starving but believing. You convince yourself, if I just love harder, if I just shrink smaller, maybe these crumbs will turn into a meal. But marriage built on breadcrumbs will never feed you. And I want to be clear about something. I am not here to villainize men or him. Men are shaped by cultures that tell them that control is strength and vulnerability is weakness. But the impact on me was still the same, that I was married, but I was alone. And here's what I know now. A husband isn't a ring or a shared address. It's about being seen, respected, and loved as a whole human being. And those things are reciprocated between both partners. So if you've ever felt invisible in your marriage, if you've lived on breadcrumbs, I want you to know it's not because you weren't enough. It may be because you never actually had a husband either. And admitting that truth isn't a failure, it's just the beginning. Because once you see it, you can stop begging for scraps and start demanding a love that is safe and present and real. And since you can't change another person, this has to start with you, with therapy, with boundaries, with learning to be your own mirror and your own best friend. Because when it comes to love, you don't just deserve a marriage, you deserve a partner. You deserve the real thing. We all do. If you enjoyed me sharing my story, please take a moment to like my video. It really helps my channel to grow. And if you want to hear more stories like this about my own personal emotional alchemy, how I turned my pain into power, how I've learned to feel comfortable in my own skin and happy in my own home as a single woman in my 50s, subscribe to my channel, Journey to Jessica, because our journey begins within.